Hello! I wanted to start off with a crazy face because I'm so excited about today's topic. But first, I've got to go through the motions. So I'm Jen, and I help women find more time for themselves in order to be better mothers, sisters, friends, partners, whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. I am also the host of the free Facebook group Strong Women with Jen. This is a group for women to support each other and lift each other up to be the best that we can. There's a link in the post attached to this video if you want to join right now, if you're not already a member. And I also wanted to draw your attention to a free guide that I created. It's called Feel Fantastic in 3 Simple Steps. And the link to download that is also in the post attached to this video. So how about you do both now, join the group and download the free guide, because it's going to be a few ticks while before I really get stuck into this, because I'm just going to share this video with the ladies in the group. As usual, it's, there I am. Internet is, we rely on the speed of the internet, obviously. Here we go. Okay. I've already got a little thing that I prepared earlier so that I can just copy and paste it, so you don't have to wait too long. Okay, all done. Just minimize that so I don't hear myself on repeat. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about an amazing tool that I just learnt about, and it can literally change your life if you use it. That's the big caveat, I suppose. If you use it, it will change your life. So how many of you can relate to this? There are certain things in life that we just never feel like doing, or we always struggle with. Is that Lydia? I can see. Hi Lids, how you going? You made it to the live. This is awesome. Sorry, I got distracted. So how many people can relate to this? Certain things in life that we never feel like doing, no matter how good our mood is or how motivated we are, we always struggle with. And finding motivation won't help, because these are things that we'll always not want to do. For example, some people have an intimate relationship with their snooze button and they can never get out of bed straight away. Thank God Woz isn't like that, because if he was, I would probably push him out of bed because I can't handle the constant pushing of the snooze button. However, it is quite a common thing that happens. For others, it might be exercising. I remember years ago I had a friend, and I used to feel envious of her because she was telling me how she actually managed to get to the point where she was actually addicted to the gym. So she actually felt weird or didn't feel right if she didn't go to the gym. Now, even when I was running regularly, when I was doing Bikram yoga 3 to 5 times a week, I never managed to get to the point where I could say, oh, I'm addicted to that. So hopefully you can relate to these things. If you can relate, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording, please comment, that's me. So if you can relate to what I'm saying, just so that I know that I'm on the right track and I'm not talking up the wrong tree, as they say. There are also things that we don't do in life because even if we know they would be good for us, we don't do them because our fears, our self-doubt, or just pure procrastination gets in the way. So we are basically holding ourselves back. And so many of us, and I think this is an issue that women in particular have, we are very good friends with a thing called self-sabotage. We let our doubts and our fears stop us from doing so much and so many things. And if we think about it for a minute, if you didn't have any self-doubt or any fears, how much would you be doing in your life? How productive would you be if you didn't have that little voice in on your shoulder going, oh, what about this? Or, oh, what if so-and-so says this? Or what if people think this? We would just achieve so much more. So self-sabotage is quite common. And what that means is so many times we hold ourselves back from achieving great things because we lack the courage and the confidence, or we've just been down so long that we've fallen into a bit of a hole and we don't know how to pull ourselves out. So this, I think, has probably happened to most of us at some point in our life. Now, unfortunately, what can happen with this is it becomes a habit. So our brain gets used to just holding ourselves back, and that becomes the norm. So what's going on a brain level is we let our brain shut down our gut instinct. So what happens is our gut instinct fires up, or we get that light bulb moment where we have an idea. And if we don't act immediately on that idea or on that gut instinct, our brain will literally shut it down. The reason our brain does this is because it's a stupid, lazy brain. Basically, it just wants to remain on the safe and narrow, save energy as much as possible. And it really does hold us back in so many different situations. So I'm going to say that again because I think that's really important. So when we have a gut instinct, or when we are hit by one of those light bulb moments, as they call them, if we don't act immediately on that instinct or on that idea, our lazy brain will literally shut it down. It will come up with a whole long list of reasons, excuses, fears, worries, doubts, that eventually we'll think ourselves out of pursuing that idea or that instinct. So knowing that that's the issue, and that's pretty much happens to every single human being on the planet, what can we do about it? I want to introduce you to, and this is where I'm going to get really excited, I want to introduce you to the 5-second rule. It is so amazing, and as I said at the beginning, it will change your life if you use it on a regular basis. Some of you might have heard of it already. The creator of the 5-second rule is Mel Robbins. She's a speaker, and she's recently just released a book about it, which I highly recommend reading if you find value from this little video I'm doing today. It is such a simple tool, but it is so powerful. So how does it work? It works like a rocket ship. So when you have, as I mentioned earlier, when you have a gut instinct or an idea to do something that will improve your life in some way, you have 5 seconds to act on that instinct before your brain will shut it down. So basically, in that moment, when you feel the instinct or the light bulb goes off in your head, what you do is you start counting backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then before you hit 1, you must physically move in the direction of doing something towards pursuing that idea or that gut instinct. For those who are trying to break the snooze button cycle, you basically, before you hit 1 or at 1, you physically have to get out of bed, because that will actually then start to break the cycle. And in the book, Mel Robbins actually tells this story about that's pretty much how she discovered the 5-second rule. And she used it one morning. So she counted down in her head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. And then she was up, she was out of bed, and she was looking around going, oh, what just happened? Oh my God, it worked. So I promise you, I've been practicing this and it does work. Just have to use it in the moment. So today I won't go into the brain science behind why this tool actually works. Just know that it does work. I promise you that it does. So how can we use it? I'm going to give you a few tips, some helpful ways we can use the 5-second rule. One way we can use it is to change our behavior. We can also use it to create new habits, or we can use it to break old habits. We can use the 5-second rule to give us courage or confidence to try something new or do something scary or embark on something that we know will be good for us, but maybe we just don't feel like doing it at the moment. We can also use it for mind control, not controlling others, obviously, but controlling our own mind. So we can use the 5-second rule to stop worries, to stop negative thoughts, to deal with anxiety. So that's how we can use the 5-second rule. The next thing is, what are you going to do about it? So my challenge to you is this. Try the 5-second rule for the next week and just see what happens. What have you got to lose? It may just change your life. And the key is to keep using it whenever you need to. So you may, in fact, break the snooze cycle. You may, in fact, find yourself awake and up and at 'em as soon as the alarm goes off one morning. That doesn't mean that the next morning you're not going to need to use the 5-second rule again, because your relationship with your snooze button might take a little bit longer to break than other things. So that's the key with the 5-second rule. It's not a magic fix. It's something that we just need to keep using over and over again whenever we need it. So my challenge to you, as I mentioned, my challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to use this rule for a week and see what happens. If you need any motivation or support, we're going to continue the discussion in the private group, Strong Women. And as I mentioned earlier, the link is in the post attached to this video. I would love to hear how you went if you tried this challenge. So please share in the group what you notice about what's happening as you're using it. Share some of your wins, share some of the challenges you notice along the way. And most importantly, make sure you celebrate any wins that you have using the tool. That's pretty much it for me today. Don't forget to download your free copy of Feel Fantastic in 3 Simple Steps. And I will see you in the group or next week right here, same time, same place. Have fun with the 5-second rule. I seriously hope you get just as excited about it as I do. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.